Good morning to one and all present here. So today we are going to see about the sterilization and the importance of sterilization. So why do we know for sterilization? What is the purpose of sterilization? Sterilization is mainly to remove the or prevent the contamination, especially in the sterile products, and to prevent the pathogenic organisms which causes the you all know pathogens means it causes diseases to the plants and animals. In order to remove, we have to go for sterilization. And in order to prevent the food from the spoilage, you have to go for the sterilization. And in order to remove the unwanted microorganisms from the research, we have to go for sterilization. And also, especially in the products like antibiotics, enzymes, vitamins and fermentation processes, all these areas, in order to remove or eradicate the microbial contamination, we are in need of sterilization. And last but not the least, the aseptic areas, especially the instruments mainly used for the preparation of sterile dosage forms, everything should be done the sterilization. And the importance of sterilization, whether the area or the instruments are sterile or not, can be confirmed by sterility testings. So before going to the sterilization, we need to know some definitions for the terms we are using in the sterilization. So first, sterilization means it is a process by which the article or surface or medium, anything which is free of all microorganisms, especially including vegetative cells and spore formers. This is the apt of the definition of sterilization. It will remove all the organisms, especially vegetative and also the spore formers. Whereas coming to the disinfection, it will remove only the pathogens, especially in the vegetative cells, not the spore formers are completely removed from this disinfection. And disinfectants, the agents we are using, especially on the non-living objects, for example, ethanol, we call that as a disinfectants. The disinfectants used in our household works or Lysol, Dettol, like that. It will just remove the vegetative cells, not the spore formers. Then antisepsis. So antisepsis means it is chemicals that is safely used for the living tissues. So if you are having any wound means, first they clean with the antisepsis, then only they go for any other procedures. So that solution we called as an antisepsis. Example for this is a iodine solution. In common term it is called as a tincture. And next term you have to know is asepsis. Asepsis means it is a technique by which the occurrence of infection into uninfected tissue can be prevented. Yes. So before the infection of before the organism going to infect the normal tissue, you have to prevent by the eradication of the spores in the rooms or the instruments or the surgical procedures. All these the organism should be completely removed. Next, bactericidal or germicides. So the cidal means killing the organisms or killing the microorganisms. Killing the bacteria we call it as a bactericidal. Killing the virus we call it as a virucidal. And fungus we called as a fungicidal. So these are the important definitions for the sterilization. So here you can see the vegetatives and the spore cells. During the unfavorable condition, the vegetative cell converted into the spore cell, and because of the presence of epichloronic acid in the spore cells, it cannot be easily eradicated even at a boiling temperature. And once the favorable condition occurs, these spore formers again undergo germination process and converted into the vegetative cells. So why we need sterilization? Some microorganisms causing the infection are constantly present in the external environment and also the human body. So you all know organisms is present everywhere in the universe. So wherever we need the organism, wherever we have to remove the organism, we have to know that clearly. Then we have to go for the sterilization process. The main aim of the sterilization to remove and destroy the organisms from the material or from the surfaces where we are in devoid of completely removal of organisms, especially in the life-saving equipments or life-saving areas. In all these areas, the organisms should be removed, especially in the hospitals, surgicals, ointments, food, beverages. In even the households, we have to remove the spore forming organism. So for this procedure, we are in need of sterilization. So how can the organisms are killed? So the organisms are killed either by denaturation of proteins or by any interference with the protein synthesis. We all know the transcription where the protein synthesis occurs. Any disruption in the pathway, it will cause the organisms will die, and interruption of the DNA synthesis, oxidative damage to the cell, disruption of the cell membranes. So these are the 6 key points where the cells can be easily eradicated or the organisms can be killed. And factors influencing the disinfection or sterilization, mainly the contact time, pH, presence of organic material what we are using, the temperature is important, and what type of organism present in the environment, and what is the load of the organisms, and what is the material used for the material composition of the organisms. So these are the key points or the key factors you have to choose, and you have to study this, then only you go for the choose the sterilization. So what to sterilize? What to sterilize? So all the instruments that penetrate the soft tissues, as I said earlier, soft tissues, the life-saving instruments, and sterilization procedure may damage, if the sterilization procedure may damage instruments, then the sterilization can be replaced by disinfection procedure. So you have to note this also. Okay. Then methods of sterilization. So there are 2 methods of sterilization is there, physical method and chemical method. So physical method, we are using the dry heat, moist heat by radiation and filtration, and chemical method we use the gaseous sterilization and using by disinfectants of different chemicals. So this flowchart shows the physical methods. There are dry heat method, moist heat method, radiation, sunlight drying, and normal drying or removal of water. So again, the dry heat are of 4 types. One is red hot, flaming, incineration, and hot air oven. And coming to the moist heat, there are 3 types of moist heat are there. One is below 100 degrees centigrade, at 100 degrees centigrade, above 100 degrees centigrade. So below 100 degrees centigrade, you all know pasteurization and inception. At 100 degrees centigrade, boiling and tenderization, and above 100 degrees centigrade is the autoclave. So coming to the radiation, so radiation, there are 2 types, non-ionizing radiation and ionizing radiation. Non-ionizing radiation, there are hot sterilization and UV infrared method is used, and whereas in the ionization method, cold sterilization and extra methods are used. So next method we are going to see is about the chemicals method. We have the gaseous chemicals and liquid form of chemicals are used. In the gaseous chemicals, ethylene oxide, formaldehyde gas is used widely in the laboratories, whereas liquid sterilization we are using alcohol, phenol and lysol. So overall, these are the two methods mainly used for the sterilization technique. And next method is the filtration. Especially for the, if it is a heat liable liquid, we can use the candle filter, asbestos filter, sinter filters. And you can also use for the membrane filters, especially used in the microbiology, and here the pore size very less of 0.2 millimeter. And that's all about the sterilization, and thank you for listening. Thank you.